don't wanna hit, I don't wanna hit. You been through it, did you feel it? I don't wanna hit. We ain't grow up with a silver spoon, Ms.Hawkins. Candy lady fed nutrition since the womb, Ms.Hawkins. Fathers lost in the streets, confused, Ms.Hawkins. We be living through the pain, you watch the news, Ms.Hawkins. Bodies dropping, rocking Jumpman shoes, Ms.Hawkins. What these books really teaching in these schools, Ms.Hawkins? Dead homies, yeah, we got a few, Ms.Hawkins. We be feeling like we got nothing to lose, Ms.Hawkins. You say you know the ups and downs, I doubt it though. You ain't have to trap to feed your kids or kicking those. Shit, you probably picked up family biz. Your life controlled you from the slums and you ain't got no ends. You lose control, nonchalant to all my blood ties. They left us cold, free my little bro, whoop dope. He down the road, ever seen your nephew have a seizure? Mouth start the phone, find the plug, you got that work for cheap. They hit your phone, lose it all, you trying to get it back. They leave you alone, I be super grinding, super focused. I'm in my zone, wake up, scrape up change for single jacks. Can't get no pack, really trying to leave the streets alone. She want me back, swear it always be your loved ones. Stabs in the back, pulling all night, the stomach rumbling. I'm dressed in black, yeah, everywhere you go, the same song. Way too short to play ball. Did a lot of niggas wrong. We ain't grow up with a silver spoon, Ms.Hawkins. Candy lady fed nutrition since the womb, Ms.Hawkins. Fathers lost in the streets, confused, Ms.Hawkins. We be living through the pain, you watch the news, Ms.Hawkins. Bodies dropping, rocking Jumpman shoes, Ms.Hawkins. What these books really teaching in these schools, Ms.Hawkins? Dead homies, yeah, we got a few, Ms.Hawkins. We be feeling like we got nothing to lose, Ms.Hawkins. We ain't down with all that rapping, get fucked over with a passion. Twitter, we don't got no access, we just all about that action. Your main bitch might do you dirty, fuck your mans to Tony Braxton. Sad but that shit really happened, I stay facts, you niggas capping. Committing crimes that feel obligatory. School it ain't do shit but bore me. Lucky I ain't get aborted. Section 8, so what's a mortgage? Some be out but bullets pouring. Pain is real, you can't ignore it. Now you can't ignore it. Really homes with that money that you chose to spend on phones. Could've copped some work and booked a bad bitch out of centerfold. No, this ain't the way to go. Right there down that red brick road. Put headaches on overload. You watch the news, we do the most. We ain't grow up with a silver spoon, Ms.Hawkins. Candy lady fed nutrition since the womb, Ms.Hawkins. Fathers lost in the streets, confused, Ms.Hawkins. We be living through the pain, you watch the news, Ms.Hawkins.
Bodies dropping, rocking Jumpman shoes, Ms.Hawkins. What these books really teaching in these schools, Ms.Hawkins? Dead homies, yeah, we got a few, Ms.Hawkins. We be feeling like we got